All right. So today I'd like to begin with a long quote by Louise Aronson from her book on elderhood. She begins, "Another truth cannot be denied. It was one of those moments when the world reminded me that I too would become old. Not only was I shocked, well, my first reaction was one of distancing and denial. Simone de Beauvoir captured this stance in The Coming of Age. Quote, "When we look at the image of our own future provided by the old, we do not believe it. An absurd inner voice whispers that that will never be us. That will never happen to us. And when it does happen, it will no longer be ourselves that it happens to." This divorce of the current self from the future self distances us from the biological and social diminishment of old age. Yet we all do this. We all do this. We cleave toward those like us and toward those who make us feel like our best and most powerful selves. She continues, "The people who push back most furiously against the label of old are people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who don't yet conform to stereotyped associations with that word. They make comments along the lines of, 'I'm still active and looking forward to the future, so having the the word old attached to me is disconcerting.' Their argument is that they are not ill or disabled, despondent or dependent, and therefore not old, their chronicle age notwithstanding. Since the definition of old is having lived a certain number of years, usually 60 or 70, it seems that we have created a society in which carrying that label is so awful that octogenarians leaning on walkers adamantly assert they are not old. Clearly, the human life cycle isn't the problem. Social prejudice is so strong and the category old so stripped of respect and social worth that old people feel compelled to argue against the obvious." End quote. Now, how sad. How very sad for us, because there seems to be a dearth of them at a time when we need them most. Wise elders. How sad that so many of us believe these prejudices, feel the lack of respect or worth, and deny the truth about aging. For me, since childhood, I have always sought out the life learnings of wise elders. Distancing ourselves from the reality of how it is deprives us of the inherent wisdom that can come from aging. This kind of wisdom is not learned from a book, but rather through living. In the provocative book, Come of Age, which I highly recommend, Stephen Jenkinson describes the changing world where there is less old people's wisdom, and yet there are more old people, just more old people. And he sees elderhood as a function, not an identity. It's not a position that is earned simply by the number of years we've been on planet Earth or by the title of parent or grandparent. This is not how we come. This is not a how-to, but a how-come book. And it is a plea for us to not let elders become extinct. I share that plea, but I say Elders are grown, not in the future, but in the present, in the here now. They are grown and honed by living, by navigating the tricky waters of life and culling the learnings into the weave of our own way of living, being, and relating in this world. The losses, the joys, the forgivenesses, and the inability to forgive, the incompleteness, and the holding space for how it is, for how we are stitched into the very air that we breathe and into the fabric of this life itself. Oh, yes, elders are grown. They are grown in the here now at whatever age we are, in whatever body, heart, mind is listening to this. Be that age, however it looks or feels. Let the number be a location, a cairn on the path, conditioning humility and appreciation for this life. Own the wear and tear that has been incurred up to this point. These bodies all grow and change and wear out differently. Steward them as we'd steward or guide a youngin'. Elders are grown in the here now, by and through each of us landing in the body, heart, mind that is here. Inhabit, animate, breathe awareness into the whole of the form, not just up here, but in the whole of the form from head to toe. Can you feel the body? What is available to you? Feel what can be felt in the whole of the body. Sense its movement of air. Sense the movement of the air in and out, connecting this body to that which is all around it, to that which we are immersed in and are naturally and inseparably a part of. Feel what can be felt. Learn the language of this body right here, right now. Elders are grown in the here now by how these hearts are being conditioned. Can you drop in and feel the attitude of the heart right now? Is it kind? Is it helpful? Is it wise? Does it lead to less suffering? Well, feel for that. Learn the language of the heart. Elders are grown in the here now by what the mind is attending to right now. Can you notice the kind of thoughts that are happening? No judgment, just notice. Are they kind? Wise? Do they lead to less suffering? Feel for that. Learn the leanings of the mind and train it to be your friend. Elders are grown in the here now, not in some future time. They are grown by embodying a holistic presence to whatever is happening now, in here, in here, and out here. We become elders that we need, that this world needs, by learning through trial and error how to navigate and skillfully respond to the inner and outer conditions. And through learning that has been internalized and lived, So I ask all of you, take your seat. Don't pretend, deny, or distance yourself from your age. Live, learn, manifest your learnings into how you relate to yourself, to others, and to the world. Live fully in the messy real so that we can be the elders we have always longed for and others sorely need. We can do this. It is for our welfare and for the welfare of all the living beings. We share this incredibly, heartbreakingly beautiful world we are privileged to be a part of for such a short time. Thank you for your kind attention. All right, everyone. Now I'd like you to feel into these bodies right here, right now. Open them up, make room for breathing, make room for comfort, give it what it needs. Oh, take your time. No need to rush. Feel into as comfortable a posture as is possible. And also, if it feels comfortable, gently close the eyes. Let go of the outside world and bring attention squarely inside. Breathe. And maybe right here, just take a few deeper than usual inhalations and deeper than usual exhalations to open up the breath body. Then let the breath go. Let it find its own rhythm from there. Soften the face. Let the shoulders drop down. Let the hands grow heavy. Let the belly be relaxed. And on the next exhalation, feel the base of the body settling down onto the cushion or the ground underneath. Gently open up the aperture of attention and feel the whole body in its posture, breathing. And let the breath have as much room as it needs to breathe, and the body take up as much space as it needs to simply be. And let's see if we can gently adjust the attitude to be one that feels a bit more friendly, interested, caring in our well being in this moment. And let's not let the mind pull us around, but let's just very gently put a stake in the ground and orient attention to stay right here in the present moment, unwinding and unbinding from the tensions and the stresses that it's been carrying. lovingly, caringly, keep returning to the present moment, the timeless, ageless, present moment. Last 5 minutes of the meditation. Can you settle back and soften the grip of attention? And drop in the awareness of all of us sitting here with you and you sitting here with us. Each of us alone together, breathing the same air. Sitting on the same blue rock hurtling through space. Sharing this moment of aliveness together. It doesn't get better than this. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your practice.